So what do you consider good cameras? What do you consider great cameras? Well, in my experience of using the LG Wing for the last 3 to 4 days, well, I got to tell you, these cameras are actually pretty good. There's several modes. And by the way, this is the front camera on the LG Wing. So there are several modes with the LG Wing. You've got, when you open the device up, you get a different set of rules for the camera. You've got time lapse, you've got a bunch of different things. And I'll try to show you some of those things in this video right here. But I wanted to start this video off showing you the front camera and letting you know that this footage that you're going to see has been taken over the last 3 to 4 days, and it's time to actually talk about how I feel about these cameras. So let's get into it. Now here's the rear camera on the LG Wing, and I do have bokeh voice turned on. I have my fan right here, my Dyson. Oh, I love this fan. But I have that fan going, and you probably can't hear it. I have bokeh voice on, and the advantages of some of LG's cameras and most of their phones up after basically the G6, that is when they really start to take charge with their cameras. The V10, all those phones like that, they have fantastic audio because they introduced the Pro mode to the smartphone world. They were one of the first, I believe, to do ultra wide angles and do Pro video with the being the ability to adjust the gain on the microphone. And now they've moved forward to ASMR mic, bokeh voice, and then you can just do a standard microphone. So this is something that if you have not experienced it before, if you haven't used a LG device in the last 3 years or so, you're really missing out. And if you're a content creator, you're really missing out because I know probably, I don't know, there are so many YouTube creators that have used an LG device for over a year or almost two, maybe up to this point still, as their main content creating device because it offers such versatility when creating. It's almost, you can't ignore it. So these rear cameras, to me, are top notch, better than several other devices that I have by a long shot. And I can definitely use an LG camera again, because I used an LG camera for, I don't know how long, I don't know how many years, as a creating device once I let go of the HTC U11. So I think that LG is onto something with their cameras. It's not just a gimmick, it's not just a hoax. They really do offer some fantastic quality. And what do you think about this rear footage? Now this is the gimbal mode, and there's different modes that you can actually do here. And I think this is really, really cool. So first you can change the resolution from HD to full HD in gimbal mode. And this is first person, this is pan and follow mode, and this is follow mode. So I did first person there, just showing you kind of how it looks from my view. And you have these different controls here. Like if I move it over like this, I can just hit this return, it'll calibrate right back to the center. And give it a second and it'll do so. So you can pan up, you can pan down, all around. This is absolutely great. Just hit that return, basically calibrate button, and you can do so. And then you also have your basic and your bokeh voice and your ASMR. Now I like to leave it on ASMR because I think bokeh, because I think it's nice to have it on bokeh at all times. I think that's the best way to do it, to record your videos, because you can actually see, you can get the best gain you can from the phone itself. And I think that's important. Holding this device like this to record is absolutely fantastic. I really like it. Now, even though you have the gimbal mode in here when you have this open, you also have the dual recording mode. As you can see there, you can see me and the rear camera. Now, one thing I don't like about the dual recording mode is that when I finish the video, it splits them into two videos, and then I can obviously line them up, but I don't like that part of it. So, and I also like this view right here for the dual recording mode. I love this view for the dual recording mode. I think this is an awesome thing. The older LG devices, if you remember, they had the dual recording mode, but it recorded in like whatever screen you saw. That is what the video looked like. So bear that in mind. And if there's a way to do that, all you LG experts out there who have this device already, let me know how to keep my video into one piece, and I appreciate your help. Slow motion, time lapse, and there you go. So you can do full HD or 4K slow motion. And I think that's important because if you're looking for a super high quality, you're gonna get it from this device. I tell you no lies. So I think that's a huge part of the LG wing is that having that portion of it. So let's go ahead and do some photos and then we'll get going for the rest of the video. All right, guys, out here with a dual recording for the also famous LG Wing. This thing is absolutely incredible. It has a gimbal mode, and I think that's pretty cool too. I'll test that out later. But here is the dual recording. It's weird seeing this LG phone with a pop-up camera, but it is dope. Oh, look how the camera's catching that sun streaking. That's dope. Wow. It's incredible. Yeah, my grass is looking pretty dead. Here it is, dual recording. Catch the sky, everything. I think it looks good. So now that you've seen what the LG Wing can do in this scenario, this is just one of a billion things you can take the LG Wing through. Imagine if I was shooting video outside. I'm in a controlled environment right now. So, i.e. there's LED lighting, I have a window open, you know, certain parts of my house I kept the lights on, some I kept off. If I go out in the sunlight, oh my goodness, we're gonna see even better footage from the LG Wing. Now, when I test cameras for review, I just use them and I take photos throughout my day and I say, you know, I'm just gonna see how this camera works, and I just save them all up, and I try to take camera footage of the same thing if I'm inside my house. That way you can reference other videos that I do on smartphones. So I think that the LG Wing is just like every other, all the latest LG devices. They're fantastic, unmatched by a lot of other devices. You'll hear people saying that the iPhone 12 Pro Max has the best video, and I feel like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold has great video. However, when it comes to drop test, when it comes to just raw, I'm gonna give it to you, the modes in the LG Wing, along with all the latest LG devices, are fantastic, folks. We cannot ignore them. My Velvet has the same options just about, not as many as this one because it doesn't have the flip out screen, but it still has the bokeh voice, it has the promo, it has all the options that, pretty much most of the options that this phone has. LG has been consistent and pushing out options on their camera to draw you in, and when they say they have good cameras, they're not lying like some other companies. They actually have good cameras. Now, a downside to this device is that I waited until it went down to $300 off, and maybe in the next year or so, it might drop even lower, but depending on how much people like it, it stays in rotation, the price won't drop. But I got this on T-Mobile. It's regular $1,000, $999. And, you know, I know people bought this device for $1,000. I know they did. I saw your comments, and I bet you're not disappointed with the cameras, though. These cameras, I guess if you want to say they are $1,000 cameras for a smartphone, you know what I mean? Like, you have other devices that cost more than $1,000 and their cameras don't match these cameras, or you have devices that cost the same and they definitely don't match these cameras. So it's up to you and your perspective of how you want to view the LG Wing, the cameras front and rear. But I love the dual recording mode. I love the gimbal mode. I just think there's a bunch going on with this device, and it's hard to ignore. But sometimes the price tag can get in the way of things, and I understand. But if you can grab this phone for $699, I think it's probably worth the purchase because this is a fantastic phone, not just for the cameras. So stay tuned for my follow-up review from the unboxing that I did days ago. I think you'll probably, you won't be surprised. It's your man Jay. Take care.